you today, and
Mm.
you get certain things that are very actionable. I'm not going to tell you what confidence is. We all know what it is. It's the self confidence, and it's not it is not something that is like, esoteric, elusive quality of greatness that only a few special people can have. It is a very much learnable skill. I personally know that because I used to be a very shy person, and to see myself in HR, which is a very people oriented field, and working in companies where it's all about global people and how you approach them and understanding them and all about communication. I feel like if I can, gather some amount of confidence to be a part of that journey, then I think I can help you in that. But obviously, everybody's story is different. I was just, when you were introducing yourself, I saw that everybody is doing something different. They are in a different stage of their life. They want something else. So whatever I'm going to tell you today, it's going to be, you have to take what you need to take, and then, structure it in a way that you can actually productively use these tips. So yeah, so that's how we are going to start. So before I share my screen, what I want, I'm going to do a quick activity with you. Do you have a pen and paper with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to write a brief sentence about what in terms of confidence you want. For example, maybe you are at a point A and you want to go to a point B. It can be, oh, I want to be able to do. What is that able to do that you are looking in terms of, the confidence is going to take me over there? Or maybe you idealize someone, like I want to be like Michelle Obama. It can be, or I want to be like my mother. What is that measurable thing that you can write in a sentence? Just write in couple of lines. I want to be confident enough to what. So yeah, I'll give you 2 minutes, think about it, and write down that statement, and then we'll come back in 2 minutes. Okay, I have a timer, so I'll make sure we are on time. I can see some are still writing. Okay, we still have some time. It doesn't have to be a big paragraph. It can be one or two lines, which can be very, don't think about how you'll reach there, but it can be just like, I want to be able to, I don't know, speak in front of 10,000 audience, or I want to be confident enough to take a certain risk, or I want to, whatever that is, whatever that sentence is, just write it down, so that, because confidence is different for everyone, so that's why it's very important where you are applying that for yourself. Right. Okay. Has everyone written it? Yeah. Any volunteer, sorry, any volunteer who wants to share the sentence, if it's not 2%? Yeah,
Yeah.
Tanisha is raising her hands.
Mayura. Sorry,
Go for
I
it.
couldn't change it. So it's my daughter's name is there. So
Oh,
it's
sorry,
Mayura,
what's it?
yeah.
Mayura, sorry,
Mayura.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I want to be confident so I can be like my mom and my great grandfather. My
Okay.
mom, she was ambidextrous, and literally since her childhood till she could pass away, she was like, she was always number one. Absolutely brilliant. From starting from school, college, everywhere, she's just got medals and trophies.
Ah,
And after getting married, also, she's held the entire Walvekar family together.
right.
And means even she did her business, screen printing business. There
Mm,
also she did fantastic.
yeah.
So she used to operate my dad's and her own. They were both sister concern companies. She was
Yeah.
ambidextrous. She was absolutely brilliant. She was a very loving person, and how much she did for people before she could die, because she had cancer
Oh,
for four
sorry.
years. So before she could die, so that point of time, like, every person she had done for, all those people were there for her, did so much for her, means gave her back what she gave, in life.
Yeah, that's
So
so sweet.
yes, yeah, very much. And my great grandfather, he was a mayor of Pune, and he
Oh,
had a very vast foresightedness. My
right.
dad's told me so many stories about him, and literally, he's earned so much of property. He's made so much of name for himself. Means these are two great people in my life, which I adore a lot.
Yeah.
Of course, my dad, he's also very amazing, but he has a big contribution in my life, to my confidence, to my fearlessness. Although I still am a bit fearful about a lot of things, but the kind of person I was, every now and then crying for small things. From there to
Okay.
here means, a very changed person since my childhood. So, but whatever the fearless attitude I have today is because of my father.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, so these are major two three people who I absolutely adore,
Yeah.
and I really want to be like them,
That's
definitely.
that's very sweet. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing your
No
sentence,
problem.
your
Yeah,
aim in your life.
yeah, yeah,
And I do think it's amazing that you had
yeah,
these people in your life. So
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
I don't know how much you were able to meet
Mm.
your great grandfather.
I never met him.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
But if mother, obviously
yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
seen her journey. So if
yeah,
you don't mind me asking you, in the scale on
yeah,
a scale of
yeah,
1 to 10,
yeah.
10 being the highest, where do you rate yourself in terms of where your
Mm.
mother, like, how much are you of
Literally
your,
number two. I
oh,
will be
come
number
on.
two. I'm literally not a people person at all.
Okay,
So bad at socializing. And
right.
ever
Okay.
since my business has grown, I've been literally just making cakes at home. And I stopped attending parties and get-togethers, and after that I became even more of a unsocial animal.
Okay, okay. No, that's fine. That's, look, everybody
Yeah,
is different. So how your mother
yeah, yeah,
was, it doesn't mean
yeah,
you can be like that or you have to be like that. But
yeah, yeah.
obviously, it's a good thing that you
Mm.
have such a strong
Yeah,
influence that
yeah,
it
yeah,
will always motivate you no matter what.
yeah,
So, and it's a
yeah,
very, very
mm,
big thing. So great. Thank you very much. So
yeah,
so one of the examples for sharing that. Thank you so much
yeah.
again.
No
um
problem.
Obviously we have constraint of time. Okay, we can take one more. Okay, Neeru wants to say we can take one more because we have to go through the whole thing. But
Oh,
yes,
sure, sure. Okay, then I'll keep it
yeah,
short.
yeah.
I want to be confident to an extent that I no longer fear sustainability in my professional life.
Okay.
Uh, and whenever I lack confidence, I look up to a picture of Indira Gandhi. I
Oh, good.
adore her a lot. I
Yeah,
adore her fearlessness. She's
absolutely.
very
Yeah,
brave. She is a great orator. She's absolutely amazing given the time when she was born and
yeah.
what she has achieved. So I just try try to imitate her to reach somewhere. I know I can't reach any, I mean, I just can't compare myself to her. But yeah, she is my role model. She will be my role model, and I absolutely look up to her whenever I look for some kind of when I feel, I mean, I've lost the confidence, or
Yeah, yeah.
again, it's that's a story about me for gaining confidence. Yeah.
That's very good. I love Indira Gandhi as well. I think she's one of the most fearless lady. So
Exactly.
again, it's a very very great inspiration that you already have. So thank you very much for sharing that. And
It's nice
don't say
meeting
that you're not like that or you'll never become like that. We are going to get
you.
rid of all the no
Not sure.
sentences.
At
That's
this point,
fine.
and at this point in time, nowhere close to her. But yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
You have life still. We are
Yes,
living. We can always get better. So,
yes,
but that's great.
sure,
Thank you very much again.
sure. Thank
So,
you.
uh, so see, these are like the reason I'm not going to make a uniform statement around confidence is because everybody's inspiration is different, everybody's motivation is different, and everybody wants to do different things. So you all know where you want to go, what you want to achieve. So make sure you hold that sentence very close to yourself, because I've heard a lot of people say, oh, life has become so busy. You have lost that sentence somewhere. So now that you have recollected that, make sure you keep it safe, because that's going to be you are going to be a part of that journey soon. Okay. So great. Thank you very much. So now let's go to the part which I call confidence formula. I am going to give you 6 things that I personally use, and I'm still a part of that journey. I'm not saying I'm perfect or I've reached there, but hopefully these are actionable things that you can do to get where you want to go. Or maybe if you continue to do that, maybe you'll reach somewhere you never even dreamed of. So let's start with that. Okay, I'll just share my screen and I'll start my slide. Right, can you see my screen, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, if you can just do thumbs up, that would be good. Okay, so what do you see on the screen? Okay, I've written confidence formula, but there is a picture you can see. uh, you can unmute yourself, because I'll be, sort of, it's going to be a bit interactive, so don't worry. Even if there are disturbances, it's fine. What do you see in this picture? It's a very commonly used picture. So anybody, any volunteer who wants to explain me that picture?
It's actually a cat looking into a mirror,
Yep.
but then her confidence and self-esteem is so big that she looks like a lion.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. So here lion is a symbol of courage. Lion is a symbol of fiercelessness. When a lion walks in jungle, the way he or she walks, even tiger or panthers or leopards, the way they walk, the charisma that they have, it's almost like everybody turns their head towards them, because they are so fearless. They don't care what people are thinking about them. They don't care if there is a hunter who is going to hunt them. They don't care if there's going to be a crowd of bulls who is going to come and attack them. They are just fearless. So we all have this lion, this tiger within us. No matter how we look from outside, we might be, 5 feet tall, we might be 6 feet tall. We are all in different shapes and sizes, but we all have a common tiger or lion within us, which is called as self confidence. And that's what you see in the mirror. And even if other people don't see it, we all should see it. We can see it and we need to see it. Okay, so that's what this picture tells you. So as I told you, I have 6 things to give you, and we are going to go one by one and see how they are going to help us to increase our confidence. Now, confidence, I told you, is a very learnable skill. You don't have to be a special person. You don't have to come from a special background to be confident. Anybody can be confident, and there are certain things you have to do. It's like investing in an asset. The more you invest in an asset, the more valuable it becomes. Okay, it is as simple as that. So that's why this is going to be a consistent thing that you will have to do consciously up until the time where it becomes a part of you, and subconsciously your brain and you start behaving like that. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. Now, the first thing that affects our confidence is the story that we carry with us. And that's why the first point is change your narrative. Now, since childhood, there are people around us who affect the way we behave, what we believe, how we interact with people. Maybe you had really strict parents, who were super critical about you. Maybe you had inspirational parents, who would take risks and fly, and that's why you have a certain level of confidence. Maybe you had friends who were, maybe not that good quality, or who didn't really have anything productive about you to say. Maybe you got a certain comment all the time. That, for example, I'm open to share about me. A lot of times I would get a comment that people think I'm a bit aggressive, or I am too straightforward. Okay, or I my temperament is a little bit towards aggressive side. Now, it used to really bother me. The more people told me, I would take it, and I would make myself more and more bitter, because I would get frustrated that, why people say that about me, and why don't people see good things. So it kind of made me a victim of that sentence, in a way that I kind of became a little bitter about myself, about people around me, and I really went to a dark place where it was very frustrating for me, because this sentence kind of always bothered me. But then I read about certain things. I saw some motivational videos, blah blah blah. I tried to be more proactive in that sense. Obviously, Nilesh was also a very good influence to me. And then I realized that there are still other people who think that I'm helpful, that I'm nice, I'm a good friend. So why this one sentence should bother me? So now what I've started to do is, even if I get that kind of a reaction, I'm able to diffuse it. Diffuse means either you ignore it, or you do something that will completely distract you. So what I do is, I'll either not interact with that person if I know that person is there, or that situation is going to be there. Or the best thing is, own it. Okay, I know, I have accepted the fact that I am that person. Okay, I have a red energy. I am very forthcoming, I am very, very straightforward, I own it. But I'm not going to be apologetic about that, and I'm not going to be bitter about that. So the best thing is, if there is a common thread in your narrative, own it. If you are a shy person, own it. If you are an aggressive person, own it. And try to diffuse that emotions by creating a nice story about yourself, which means try to find something nice about yourself and write it down, and make those parts as the main character of your story, rather than this negative sentence. So let's do a quick activity. Okay, I want you to write three really good things about yourself. Don't lie. Okay, just really genuinely good things that that whether you get that feedback all the time, maybe you're good at something, maybe whatever that is, which really makes you happy that people think about you like that. So write three things about yourself. I'll give you a minute to that. If you have finished, does anyone want to share? One volunteer?
Yeah.
Anybody wants to share?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sangeeta, yeah.
So generally, I do hear that I'm a positive person to be around.
Good.
I'm passionate about the things I do. And people very close to me, they say that I'm caring and emotionally connected.
That's really
So
good.
I feel good about those, and I truly feel, yeah, those justify me.
Amazing. Great, great. Good. Anybody else wants to share anything?
Rachita, do you want to go next?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Most of the people whom I know, they feel that I'm quite empathetic. So if they talk to me about something, I can
Good.
easily connect or relate to what they're saying.
Yep.
Even if I've gone through the same experience, or if I've not gone, because I really put in a lot of effort in what they are. I'm a good listener, so I kind of connect with them easily through that way because I'm quite empathetic. And they
Yeah,
also say I'm quite tolerant around a lot of things.
yeah,
Yeah, and I kind of give. I mean, Pradya's going to find this funny because I use a lot of these words like positive vibes. I kind of try to give positive vibes
yeah,
with wherever I am or with whomever I am. In any given situation, I try
yeah.
to connect with positivity a lot. So these are the
Great.
three things which probably explain who I am as a person in a nutshell.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good, good. And you definitely think this is
yeah,
true and you absolutely believe those words that
yeah, yeah,
you have written it. Perfect.
yeah,
The reason why this is so important is that especially being a woman, especially being an Indian woman, and especially being an Indian woman from a middle class family, we all know that our upbringing is very different from someone who is in UK. We always hesitate making decisions, taking risk which are outside of our, especially the home. We are supposed to be first very good homemakers, right? Otherwise there is a certain guilt that we carry because you know in an Indian household, women own the house things. They are supposed to wear things in a certain way. They are supposed to smile in a certain way. Their expectations are different from ladies around the world. So no matter how privileged home you come from, there is still an underlying thing about being an Indian middle class woman, that somewhere there are unsaid things due to which we hold ourselves accountable. If we don't cook a meal, we feel so bad about that. If we try to step outside, get a job, it's always about, oh, I want to balance. Someone said right now that I want to be able to balance home and career, isn't it? That balance,
Yeah.
I don't think a UK or Western ladies think so much. I've seen so many of my colleagues, if they want to socialize at that night, they'll just socialize. If they want to go and do something, some activity, they'll do it. If they want to retire and go for gardening, they'll do it. I've never seen them in a dilemma of what will my mother think, what will my husband think, what will my this thing, that thing. Because we in India, we are so much connected with our family and extended family, and what will the society think, what will they think, this thing, that it kind of impacts our confidence. I'm not saying that our culture is bad. In fact, I do think it's the best culture we have, and there are really nice things that we learn from the childhood. But there are a lot of things that are actually quite different, especially when you step into a platform where things become global. Now you are in UK, so there are a lot of values and beliefs that you were told are going to be a bit flexible. And I'm not saying like compromise on your core values. I'll give you a certain example. Okay, being in Maharashtrian middle class family, as a girl, I was told that tolerance is key, because you should never voice your opinions. You should never share your pain. The more you tolerate, the more you are greater. People will eventually understand your sacrifice and they'll be grateful. It doesn't happen like that. Okay, you have to be vocal. You have to share how you feel. You have to be proactively communicating these things, not only within the family but even outside. I literally lost a job because somehow I was thinking that, I'm taking all this workload and I'm helping the team, but obviously I was missing the deadlines. But I thought, oh, they know that I have so much of workload and I'm suffering and I'm tolerating, because complaining is not good. In our culture, complaining is not good. We can't say that I don't want this work, or I can't do this. It was always like, never voice your opinion and people will eventually realize. But I actually got fired because I was told that you missed the deadlines. And I told my manager, but I took on a lot of work which was outside of my portfolio and I thought I was helping. She's like, well, if you were not able to do it, then you should have told us, but you didn't even tell us. And that's why, and we don't need someone who would burn out like that. So it was like a shock for me that what we are told, in India, that, take on,
Do everything
work
yourself.
like
Yeah.
a donkey. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that mistake in your life,
No,
especially
no.
now when you're in UK. You
Hmm.
have to be very realistic in terms of how much you can cope in terms of your workload, and you have to be very, very assertive. Assertive is a word where you tell politely people that, sorry, thank you, but right now I know I can do this, but you'll have to wait for the other thing. These things we are never told to be assertive in an Indian family. We are always told, chalta hai, do it. You shouldn't complain. It's a sign of greatness. Well, we'll think about that. No, it's not. It's not a sign of greatness. It's not, those beliefs, those values. Sometimes you have to be flexible with that. So that's why everything you have experienced, you have learned as a child till now, I want you to really think about, maybe after this session, because we have time constraint, but I really want you to think about, who are those people who still have very strong influence in your life? What are they teaching you? Whether it's relevant enough to hold on to those things, and or is it the time to move on and make new friends, and maybe have less contact with people who are still dragging you down. So all these things are going to matter moving forward. So make sure you always create a positive story for you moving forward. Okay, don't believe in negativity. Always put yourself forward and write the best story possible of yours, and only focus on the positive things that you have. Because if you focus on negative things that people have told you, as I said, you go in a space of resentment, and that's not a very good place, right? So yes, so confidence will only stick with the positivity. You will never see confidence attached to negative things ever. So that's why we need to pull confidence to ourselves, not repel it. So make sure you change the story about you, that, let's say, Sajita is a very empathetic person. She's a very good listener, and I'm able to tell her everything because she's a very good friend. That's how I want to remember Sajita. And Sajita, you should also remember yourself like that, and that will boost your confidence. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So change your narrative is a very big thing. Coming to the next point, this, be gentle to yourself. Okay, this is kind of linked to the point earlier. We as women, again, Indian women, middle class women, we are super critical about ourselves. If we don't finish a task, if we don't feed our kids, if something doesn't go our way, we beat ourselves up. We think, oh, I missed it, or if our child behaves poorly in front of someone, we feel embarrassed that, oh my God, they must be thinking that I'm such a bad mother. And you forget all the nice things that are happening, and you are always crying about, oh my God, I couldn't do that. So please be gentle to yourself. It's almost like you have to see yourself objectively. This may sound really silly, okay, but I have a 5-year-old daughter, and obviously, she makes mistakes, she doesn't try out things, she doesn't want to do things. So I give her a pep talk. I'll tell her, try it, it's okay, do it next time, try harder, okay, relax, eat chips and try it again, take rest. You treat your children like that, but you don't treat yourself like that. You are very, very critical about yourself. When you fail, when you are not able to do something, there are monkeys in your head that say, oh, you're so stupid. Oh, why did you do this? Oh, I shouldn't have done this. Oh, I failed. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Oh, that is so insulting. We always do that. And that is not good for us. It's not good for our mental health. It's not good for our family as well. Because again, I cannot stress this enough that we as women, we make families. And it's a very, very, very big job. So if we crumble and if we are demotivated, everything falls apart. We all know that, isn't it? No matter how helpful your partners are and everybody else is there, but we actually run the show in a way. We, plan everything, we do everything. So it's very important to put yourself in the position where you are looking after yourself first. Okay. Look at yourself as a child and a baby. If you fail, give yourself a pep talk. Tell yourself, it's okay, I'm proud of myself, at least I could do that. How many people have tried to do this, what I'm doing, so next time, if your manager is not happy with you, or if a task doesn't go according to what you were supposed to be doing, or the perfectionist, we all want to be so perfect in everything, please calm down, please be gentle to yourself. It doesn't have to be always 10 on 10. There can be a day where it can be 0, and it's fine. You just laugh at it and then move on, because you don't punish your kids every now and then, isn't it? You will always give them a little prick of break. That's fine. You tried, move on, next. So please, please, please see yourself very objectively. Never put yourself down. Okay. If you put yourself, already there are so many people who are trying to put you down. So you should be the last person to do that. Okay. If God forbid, if the whole world turns against you, still should, pat yourself on the back and say, I'll face it, because I'm not this person, and I will still do it because I know I can do it. Okay. So this pep talk is very important. It may sound really silly initially, but subconsciously, when you start doing that, every time you fail, it doesn't matter after a point. So make sure you treat yourself as a baby, really. Okay. Next, don't be afraid to fail. Again, the next point which has come across. Now, it is an observation that people who achieve greatness are not the ones who are super talented, or who are very hardworking or very skillful. Of course, these things are important, but the biggest quality that they have is that they move on really fast. When they fail, they don't indulge in crying, they don't indulge in sorrows, they don't indulge in things that are time wasters. It's a good thing to reflect on your failures and take the lessons, and really be like, okay, it didn't work because I should have started maybe 3 days before. The cake didn't turn out the way I had to because I don't know, I put more water in this or less, whatever that is. But once you have analyzed that, please don't revisit that. Move on as fast as you can, because the people whom you see who are very, very confident and great, they are not afraid to fail, because they have failed so many times that they don't even care now that, failure is your best friend. It will always be there with you. Failures are like milestones to go to success. And I think the biggest thing that holds us is because we are all afraid of failure. What if I mess this up? That is the failure that you all are scared about. What if I don't become like her or him? For us, we see it as a failure, and we don't want that. A failure is unpleasant, but you will have to fail. When you know that you will have to fail, you have no option. You will see failure a lot in your life. You will have to move on. It is only then that you will build confidence. If I already know that, maybe I'll mess it up, I'm not too bothered about that, then I'll be automatically confident. But if I'm too hold on to the fact that no, I have to be 100% successful, otherwise I'm not doing it, that pressure itself sabotages your confidence. So please, please, please don't be afraid of failure. Please befriend it and go for it, no matter what happens. Okay, so that's the third point, which is very, very important. This obviously is my favorite. Cultivate growth mindset. Okay, being a learning and development professional, I personally know how much learning is a part of confidence. I personally get very confident, or my confidence increases when I learn something new. And it doesn't have to be anything random. If you are in a cake industry, learn something about cake industry a little bit more. you know what does learning do? And I'm not saying experience is the best teacher and the best learner. Of course you learn from experience, but that is a very reactive way of learning. Why to wait until you have an experience and then fail and learn? If you can proactively already start researching on IT, researching on what's going to happen in the cake business, what's going to happen in NHS, or if you proactively start spending time in learning more about your profession and your skills, it automatically gives you confidence. As I said, it boosts your confidence. Second is, you anticipate what might go wrong, or the opportunities, isn't it? If you already know, oh, if I learn this, then I can use this over this, and then it will grow my business, or I'll get promotion, or whatever that is. So don't wait for the experience to tell you that, oh, you messed up, or you should have, or you could have. Start learning. For example, in my case, I have joined a Facebook group, where we all learning and development professionals, we meet, we have webinars, we discuss issues. I have a subscription of CIPD and LinkedIn Learning. I don't mind spending money on those things. Every now and then I'll have webinars with my old colleagues, to ask them how things are going, what's happening. I'll watch a video around certain industry thing. It doesn't have to be like literally school studying, like oh, I need to study this. It can be like 5 minutes. Okay, what's exciting happening, where the world is going. So learning, having a growth mindset is very, very important. You cannot be someone, okay, I have this degree and I know how certain thing works, and that's it, I don't need to learn. And that eventually sabotages your confidence. So be someone who knows much more than your peers know. In that sense, you will cultivate that confidence. You can also be an advisor to them. You can suggest ideas, and when you suggest something to other people, that also gives you a lot of confidence. I feel more confident now when just even if I'm passively, the camera is off and I'm sitting, but I'm just listening to any kind of webinar, I still feel nice about it, that what, I'm still attached to the world. I'm not in my box. It's a very nice world when you are learning and there is knowledge sharing, and you have these opportunities to grow. So yes, definitely make sure that you keep on learning, even if it's like 10 minutes in a week. Try to learn something. It kind of opens a lot of doors and opportunities for you. So that is what has helped me again. So hopefully that helps you as well. The fifth point, befriend dopamine. Has anyone heard of dopamine? Do you know what that is?
So it's a feel good factor, like the hormones that's secreted in the brain when you feel
Yes.
really, really good.
Yes. So imagine you are feeling the best about yourself. We call it the peak state, where let's say you have achieved something great, or you are, just very happy about something. That feeling that you get is because there is a chemical which is called as a dopamine, which is secreted in your brain, and that kind of gives you that nice feeling. Okay, so it can be when you get a first prize, when you maybe hug your kids, when you watch a motivational video, when you eat a cake. I don't know, if you have a sweet tooth, or whatever that nice thing that you feel inside, that is dopamine. And when you are super confident, this dopamine is a lot in you. The level of dopamine is quite high in you. So how do we befriend dopamine? Okay, because obviously it's a biological thing, and you need a certain condition for it to come out. but you can actually program yourself to be like that, to be happy in that state and feel confident. I'll give you my personal strategy for that. I surely know that if I do certain tasks in a day, it gives me that dopamine rush. Okay, I make a to-do list of the task that I need to do. And when I tick off every time I finish a task, I feel really good about myself. It's like a quick win for me. I love it. I feel empowered. So maybe I'll do that. Or if I watch a motivational video, as I've told you already, it gives me that feel good factor, that dopamine rush. I don't need naturally something to happen that, oh, my daughter has won something and then only I'll feel that. I can actually go and watch a video and I know exactly what I'm going to get. So these are the sure shot things that you should have as a strategy in your day. Some of the things that again are very proven scientifically are if you go for a long walk. I do
Yeah.
it personally. If I go for a 20-minute walk, listening to a really rubbish Bollywood music, thinking that I'm dancing on that, I feel really nice. I can't tell you how nice I feel. Or a quick nap. Or if I watch a very funny video like SNL or something like that, I feel really happy, like a small kid. So I definitely know that if I do this, I get dopamine. So this is the equation I have in my mind. So I want you all, we'll do a quick activity again, okay? I'm sure that you all know or have, or you have realized that there are certain things that you do that make you happy. Now please don't write shopping, and please don't write punching someone in the face. Oh, I wish I could punch. Not those things. Let's make it more productive. You can use shopping in a reward way. So for example, when I thought,
I
oh, I
did
get
that
the
also.
best job, I'm going to shop, in a certain shop, and I did that. So for me, again, that's a dopamine reward kind of a thing. So I'll give you 2 minutes or 1 minute, whatever, and write three things, okay, that make you feel really, really good about yourself. That you definitely know that if I do this, it doesn't. Don't write if this happens. Okay, it's not about happens. If I do this, I feel really happy. What are those three things? Quickly write them down. I'll give you 2 minutes. Madhura, have you finished?
Yes, I finished.
Okay. Do you want to share
Yeah.
yours until everybody else?
Yeah, I like doing activities. So pretty much in winter, I was really I used to get sad because you couldn't do much activities here. Like I was like a people sports person, like a
Yeah.
group sports, But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
then I've conditioned myself to go for running or walking.
Yeah.
Again, what happened is, to be honest, just want to share this because I like running more than walking because it makes me feel it produces more dopamine for me, like
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Lively.
because,
Yeah.
yeah, but because we used to do like a group activity with friends around, I started devaluing that and I started walking and talking with them. But that didn't give me a good dopamine release
Yeah.
because that didn't help me in any way. In fact, I
Yeah.
thought that was, but because I like being with people, I started, not doing what actually was needed to be done. I was doing things like walking with them rather than running.
Yeah.
So now I've started running alone, which is fine. Like I'm like, even if I'm alone, it's fine
Yeah.
because that's what it's important.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I like doing that. Then I like dancing. So I
Yeah.
now I can't
Of
do much
course.
more dancing. So I'm doing with my kids. And I'm like, if you don't want to learn with me, it's all right. I'll just do what I feel like.
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
put on,
Exactly.
yeah. So I just dance what I feel like, and it's really dopamine booster for me.
Yeah.
And the third one is very common: good food and good long bath. So
Oh, nice.
a
Long
nice
bath.
bath
Yeah.
after work, not like bath. I would say a shower would be also good. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had a bath since 2 years, maybe. I'm not like sitting in a bath person, but I
Yeah.
like taking warm shower. So
Yes.
that
Yeah.
helps. That's
That's nice.
moisture, yeah.
That's very good. These are all the things you can do every single day. So that's even
Yeah, I
better.
do that every, yeah.
That's good. That's very, very good. The reason why we need these dopamine activities every single day, if possible, is because our lives are very, very stressful. And we need something to break that pattern, because maybe one day, the dopamine will forget you completely, and you will always be in the state of stress and sadness and negativity. And as I told you, confidence, you'll never find confidence where there is negativity, where there is stress. You will always find confidence in the happier part of things. So that's why it is our duty to bring this dopamine outside, and we can only do it when we actually act on it. We cannot wait for the right conditions, right time. Like how Madhura nicely said, that because of winter she is not able to do activities with her friends, but that shouldn't stop her. She can go alone, and she found out a way that even if she goes alone, it makes her more happy, isn't it? So
Yep.
rather than being passive, I want you all to be active in terms of really searching for those chota, small dopamine activities that you can do. Sometimes I'll just close my eyes and I'll pretend that I'm kissing my daughter, hugging her. Even that feels so nice to me. So there's small things. When you are in a state where you're very stressed, you're losing that confidence in you, and you know that it's been a while that you are in that state. Go immediately and break that pattern. Go and watch some funny video, go and watch some motivational video, go and take a walk, dance on some rubbish song, or watch some trashy show where people are just being silly. But you have to find way. You cannot wait for life to give you those perfect situations. You have to actively go and find and create those things. And I have personally learned to do that, and that's why it has helped me a lot. Because to be honest, I thankfully, yes, I have worked in quite amazing companies and stuff like that, but I was always working on contract basis. So there was a large period of time where I was not at all working. And it's tough when you suddenly feel like I'm not worthwhile. You completely discard whatever you have achieved and you feel so low. But it's not a very good state to be in. So you have to make sure that you never go to the dark space. And that's why you have to keep yourself so busy. Have the right story. Be gentle to yourself, not be afraid of failure. Don't think too much about, oh, what if I never get a job, or what if things don't work out. Keep on learning. That's why learning is so important. Maybe when you left a job or your business, you were maybe at level 3, but because you learned so much, you directly get an opportunity at level 5, and thankfully you're prepared for that because you've learned so much during that time. So that's why it's very important to keep on learning and growing. Growth is one of the survival mechanisms of us being a life form. Okay, it is one of the survival mechanisms, so please never forget that. And of course, dopamine, which I told you. And the last but not the least is fake it until you make it. Don't wait that, oh, I'll do all these 5 things, then I will be like my mother and I'll be like my great grandfather. No, you
Do
have
that.
to start right from today. I can't tell you how nervous I am right now. My legs are shaking, but fine, I'll fake it. I'll fake that I'm very confident. I'll give you a lecture. But you cannot wait for that right situation, that right time. I'll do all these things and after 3 years I'll be super confident. No, it doesn't happen like that. You have to fake it until you make it. One of the you all know Priyanka Chopra, right? You know what, who she is and what she has achieved. I'm not a super big fan, but obviously she has kind of broken the glass ceiling for Indian celebrities, and she has gone into the Western world and stuff like that. And all the interviews that I've seen, she talks about that confidence is something that she really carries, and she works on that. And she says that I always fake it, and now I've made it. So she said that I faked it and faked it, and now I'm naturally confident. So this is what it is. You don't wait for the right time to happen. You keep on doing it, keep on doing it. It's almost like you trick your brain. All these things that I've told you about, you change the narrative, then you slowly be gentle to yourself, then program yourself not to be afraid of failure. You hold on to your failure. It's your best friend. It's one of those old friends, like you connect suddenly, like how Madhura connect. No, Madhura, you're not a failure. I'm just saying that, like an old friend that you connect, it will always be there with you. Cultivating a growth mindset, befriending dopamine, faking. These are all brain tricks, because ultimately this creates the world, not physically, not wealth, not money. It's all here. What you think here is what you will get. So yes, my friends, these are the things that really help me, and they continue to help me. What I want you to do is, in the beginning of this session, you have written a sentence. Okay. After that, we did a few activities. And now I will ask Nilesh to share the slide also with you. But, in let's say like an A4 page, just take a printout of this, write your statement that you originally wrote. And these are really simple things, find out the solutions to that. And early in the morning when you wake up, just look at these and try and act like this. The more you start acting like this, the more you'll feel more and more confident. And the people who are the most confident are most successful, not highly skilled or talented. Wright brothers or whoever, people who did everything for the first time, they believed in themselves so much that they were not afraid of failure, and they did it. And today it's a revolution. Aeroplanes are revolution. So yes, confidence is very, very important. It's an asset. It's a learnable skill. You have to invest in it continuously and start faking it right now. Don't be afraid. Just start faking it. You're the best in what you do, and you will continue to grow. So yeah, that's how I want to conclude my seminar. And we can be open for questions after this. I think we have some time. Yep.
Right. Meeta, really awesome session. I just popped in because I had to leave, but I think the entire session was so practical. One,
Thank
I
you.
think, and the points that you shared was so amazingly actionable. It was really very nice. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much, Pratya. Thank you.
Thank you so
And
much sharing for
and
everyone.
Pratnya,
I
thank
just
you
wanted to
also,
quickly,
because
sorry, Nilesh.
very quickly, because I know we lead this program, but I thought, Meena will be a good
Absolutely,
addition to, lead
absolutely.
this
And it was,
conversation. And thank you for you
Yeah,
allowing that,
thank you.
because,
oh, no,
For
come
the
on.
opportunity.
no,
No.
Pratnya, no, it's
No, no, no,
important
no.
as well,
So I
Pratnya,
think
because,
I strongly
we,
believe in really kind of sharing the knowledge. And like Meenal rightly said, learning is very important, right? Because we all have such immense amount of rich experience, which all have gone through. And I think and her transformation platform is for that. Absolutely, where
exactly,
everyone can come together and
exactly.
share their learnings with our people who have enrolled with us. And absolutely, it's not about allowing and all. It's such a amazing experience to hear you talk, Meenal, today.
Thank you so much. I hope it's helpful, and hopefully,
It is. I just wanted to quickly share something about dopamine,
yes.
something which I have been doing myself and which I wanted to share with everybody. So I do this one of these. I think Sajita knows about this. I do one of the meditations every day morning. Okay,
Yeah.
and in that there's this person, what he talks about is that, so when obviously you sit into the meditative pose, there's a 2-minute icebreaker kind of a thing, and he says, imagine yourself at the highest point of success. What is that point where you see yourself? It might not be true at the minute. At the minute you might have a
Mhm.
lot of challenges, you might have a lot of problems, but imagine that you have already achieved that. How do you feel about it?
Yeah.
Right. And that's what he talks about. And you have, what he says is that you have to keep recalling that kind of a thought throughout the day.
Hmm.
It might not be true at the minute. It might really look very extremely far or impossible at the minute because of the challenges that you're going through, which is practically true. But that should not stop you, like you rightly use the word, trick your mind. You have to really do that so that you kind of generate that dopamine in you, and you have to keep recalling that feeling throughout the day whenever you feel low.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that with everybody, because I have been personally doing this not from a too long ago time, just about 7 or 8 months, or say, let's say from the time I've started Katha. And it really works like magic. It literally works like magic. So it might, like Meena rightly said, you have to literally trick your mind. It's like there are times when you feel that I mean, is this really true? This might not be, because my current conditions are not saying so, which is absolutely fine. But you just have to keep visualizing yourself into that state time and again.
Yeah.
So probably, like Meenal said, a small exercise. You all can probably create that one film in your mind, okay? That one standard picture of where you see yourself from the vision board. And it's absolutely a perfect timing that we have picked this session,
Yeah.
and we have Meenal as well. Create one small film of 2 minutes, and you can visit that same picture and play that reel in your mind time and again. That's it I wanted to share with everybody.
Yeah. Can I say something,
Yes.
Pradnya? So in terms of the vision board, I think we're already faking it. I mean, when it comes to the dream, because we already did that a week back when we made our vision board, when we affirmed, like, that we are there, we have achieved our goals. So I think it's all falling into place now with the confidence,
Yeah.
whatever Meenal has just spoken about in very pure, simple, realistic way. I think it is so much achievable. It's like, and I'm kind of faking it now, the confidence. So yeah.
Great.
Can I say something quickly? Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Meenal. Thank you so much. Yeah.
This was what Pradnya said. I read this long time back. I tried it very long time back that I have a silver. I didn't know how to drive at that time. I didn't had a driving license, but I read somewhere you picture yourself how you're going to be in
Yes.
future, and that can happen because your thoughts are really powerful, because they can go to an edge of the universe and vibrate and come back to you. So I picture myself with a silver car and going to a workplace and
Right.
doing thing, and that actually happened. I don't know why I
Wow.
started doing it now, but I might start picturing myself something nice now.
Amazing.
Very
Absolutely.
good. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really works. And from my experience, and which is why quite rightly Meenal has made those actions really, really very practical and actionable. And hence I wanted to share my own experience about this. And it really works. Initially when you begin, say for 1 week or 2 week, you might double question yourself at times, right? And it does happen, which is pretty natural, I would say. But what I did was I literally created this film in my mind where you start visualizing yourself. And I think that film kind of keeps changing after every 3 months or 6 months as you achieve those goals.
Yeah.
You'll have to keep reworking on that, but just
Yeah.
create that 1 or 2 minute film, and you just kind of revisit it every time you feel low.
Yeah. Just thanks, Pragya, so much.
Thanks,
Thanks so
Meena.
much for that. Yeah, and also Meenal, just wanted to add my experience as well.
Sure.
I didn't have a job for almost 5-6 years after conceiving and after having my child. I took a intentional decision to stay at home to spend some quality time with my child. And later on, as years progressed, I realized that I'm missing out something. I do not have a job which I personally always wanted to be in. I wanted to be in that professional space wherein I'll be working, I'll achieve more. But I never told to anyone. I mean, it's only to my family. They were aware that I do not have a job. All my friend circle, everyone knew that I am working, and I faked it. I mean, I don't want to feel ashamed, but I never revealed that I have taken sabbatical. I always
Right.
told everyone that I'm still working. I'm doing some freelancing stuff, and I'm still working. And
Right.
that somehow, that faking always kept that agile energy in me that one day I'll get back again. One day
Yeah. Good.
I will be in the space which I
Yeah.
always imagined to be. And today, by God's grace, I'm there again. I'm back there, and I never had to reveal to anyone that I didn't work for 7 years.
That's good.
So that faking thing, in a way, really helps.
Yeah.
I at times I feel guilty that probably I'm lying. But today I realize the power which it gives. I mean, to stay to those roots, to
Yeah.
think about those dreams and to be connected.
That's so true, because when you start behaving already as if you have achieved, and like how
exactly.
Pratnya said that you're already there.
I was in that space always.
Honestly, you don't have to be
Faking, I was always in that
I am
space
in
that
that
I'm working. So it really worked for me. Yes.
That's so true, and
Agree
and
to that.
everybody is living their life, so it doesn't matter, if you tell them you have a job or don't have a job. It's what is your need, and if you act as if you are already there, it's a gain for you, because you will always be in that state. And when opportunity comes to you, you're already
Yes,
there. You're not starting
exactly.
from gaining that confidence. Oh my god, I have this job now, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that because I've not done it for 5 years. But
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
already, yeah, so
I was always
it's a
in that
great
space,
confidence.
and I've never felt that vacuum, and I never
Yeah,
felt that void, that I do not have the experience, I don't have that confidence to carry
yeah,
myself. So that really, I mean, that faking really boosted my confidence. I was always there. Virtually, I was there. So I totally agree with you, 1000%. As Pradnya also added her feelings about this particular thoughts. Everyone, most of us agree with this, right? So it's really was something which it's a trick which would definitely work for
yeah.
all.
Yeah, we all have to trick our brains. You can fool your brain very easily, and
Yeah,
brain is very powerful. If you can tame it before it tames you,
yeah,
then
that's right.
only you can. Otherwise your brain will keep on telling you you're not worth it. Look at the reality, where everybody else has gone,
That's right.
where are you? These all things, and your brain is a collection of, as I said, the narrative that you have gotten from the people who are in your life, your surrounding, your experience. You have to trick your brain. You have to make it feel as if, oh no, I'm the best, I'm already working and I'm very confident, and I'm going to, you have to do that. So it's great, and congratulations, you got the
Thank you
job,
so
isn't
much. So my
it?
husband always used to say, Why do you do that? I mean, why are you saying that you're working? You're not working." I said, I don't know. That somehow it gives me that confidence. I mean, I was doing freelancing now and then, here and there, and I said, "Yeah, I did work." I mean, what do you mean I didn't work? I mean, I was not even able to accept that fact that no, I'll not listen to my husband. What? Why is he saying to me that no, I should not? I should not, I should be saying truth to everyone. This is not truth.
Yeah,
I am
isn't that,
working.
yeah.
So I just negated everything. I kept to that faking thing, and then it really worked for me. So
Good.
yeah, I am with it. So I would 100% recommend to everyone.
Good.
Thanks.
Mayura, you want to share something? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Sorry. No, this is about my in-laws now. They come from a very, very middle class, and when I got married and all, because I kind of kept on thinking, why do they keep calling everybody's houses is our house only? It's our house only. Means, I used to feel it like, what's the point of saying it when it's not yours? Call your own house yours. Why you want to call somebody else's? And now I realize, that faking it is about getting it also. So probably they already had that in that power of becoming rich was so much in their mindset that they used to kind of literally just say, yeah, everybody else's properties is also the properties, kind of a thing. But yeah, and I used to kind of feel that there's no point doing all these kind of things. But now I see. So yeah.
No
I
worries,
mean,
no worries. Yeah, go on, go on. Somebody was saying something.
no, I was saying, Madhura. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was saying something. I was just thinking. I believed I was a very confident person. I say I was because my confidence bit shaken lately. But I was really very confident in everything, like talking to people. I'm really good in talking to people. But I think what happens is when we lose focus on what we actually want, and we go somewhere else, like we are trying to achieve something, but then we lose the focus and kind of go to another track, like even in day-to-day lives or over a long period of time, that's where the confidence gets shaken. So say like, I know what I want to do, but then when you come to a different place, have lots of challenges, and then you start proving yourself on small things rather than which doesn't matter, like, proving to somebody what you have done is right, rather than achieving what you should actually be achieving for yourself. That's
Yeah.
where your confidence get lost.
Yeah, so that's why it's very important you
Okay.
write down what you want to achieve and what confident, like, keep that statement visible somewhere, like, how you have vision board, keep it somewhere there where when you lose focus, you have somewhere to go and focus on. So, and, as we have seen now, like, narrating a story to yourself is very important. It doesn't matter that I want to prove my in-laws or I want to prove my certain friend that, I'm doing a job or not doing a job. It doesn't matter. After, you will not even know that you are not the main character in their life story. We always forget that. We always think that they are thinking what I'm up to, but they are living their life. They have
forget.
forgotten also, what expectations
forgotten.
they have or no. But we are holding to that so much that, I'll prove them or I'll prove them. Doesn't matter, what do you want? What makes you happy? Go for it. Narrate that story to yourself. I am this, I want this, I'll be happy if I do this. And everybody else, they are living their life and it's fine. So that's how it should be. And don't fight small battles. Just, go for, win the war. That's what it is.
Right. So we have like last 10-15 minutes. So I'll quickly share, that also answers Madhura's question and a very important topic. I'll share my screen.
Thank you, Meenal. It was lovely hearing.
Oh, thank you.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, good. Now tell me one thing, do you feel ups and downs in your confidence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So let me give you a small interesting story. Now, we always think that self-confidence we need is sometimes is there or sometimes is not there. But that's actually not true. The self-confidence you need, it's already within you. It's already within you. But what happens, we as a human being, when we focus on something else, we don't tend to see it. Okay, let me give you an example. Now, how many of you drive? Just show me the hand. Right, good thing. So now imagine yourself, you're driving a car and this is somewhere in the countryside, it's a night time and you're alone in the car. There's nobody with you in the car. You're alone, you're driving. All of you can imagine you're driving a car, right? Now you're driving a car, you're inside the car. It's a night time, it's a jungle road, ups and downs. And suddenly your car breaks down, right? Then, initially, we'll try to restart the car. It doesn't work. Then you look around, is anybody else there? You can ask for help, but there's no car ahead of you. There's no car behind you. So you're all alone there at night time in that jungle. You try to pick up a phone, just in case you can call someone to ask for help. But again, that time, there's no one there you can ask the help. Then, you open the car door, you come out, just to get the feel. Is there anyone who can ask the help? And there's nobody around you. But somewhere far away, you'll see a small sort of, house with a light bulb. So that's like hope for you. Then there might be someone you can help. Okay. Now imagine, are you able to imagine so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now imagine that, you're walking towards that house. Okay. And as you're walking towards the house, you suddenly see a tiger. What will happen to your confidence? Right. Now imagine exactly same story. Okay. Nighttime, you are alone driving the car. There's no car ahead of you, behind you, car breaks down. Same story, you try to pick up the phone, there's no network. You open the door, see, is there anyone to help? And again, you see that house there and you want to go and see, is there anyone for help? And as you are walking towards that house, you suddenly see a tortoise. Now tell me what will happen to your confidence?
Nothing.
Right. So the thing is, the confidence you need is already within you. So what happens? It's not you, it's the situation. And how you look at the situation, that makes us think, that's where the different sort of hormones or as Meenal saying, dopamine and those things, different sort of hormones secret. Maybe dopamine is not there. So we suddenly feel the fear. So what happens? Write this down somewhere. The confidence you need is already with you. So you have to look at the confidence, not the things which are pulling you down. And very quickly, I'll share with you one model. and this is something, which when I was thinking about confidence, I was thinking, if we have the confidence within us, why we think, the confidence is not there. If you have to go for a job interview, you have to go for a presentation. I have to, there is a new company I'm joining, or, I'm traveling alone. Sometimes we feel that ups and downs in the confidence. Why I was feeling like that? Then I realized that, all of you know hot air balloon. Right. So imagine there is a hot air balloon, and the basket of the hot air balloon is your self-confidence. Okay. Now at any given time, now the word is feel, that if you feel the confidence is not there, it's not because you don't have the confidence. It is because there's something else which is trying to hold that hot air balloon down. Okay. Do you want to know which are those things?
Yeah.
Only one person.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
So there are actually 6 things those hold your confidence back. Okay. And write this down. Number 1 is belief. We all have that beliefs, I can do it, I cannot do it, I may not be able to, let's say somebody's having an interview call and they say, no, I may not be able to crack the interview. Somebody give a big different cake order for Mayura might be thinking, maybe I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do that or not. All those sort of thoughts that come, those are beliefs. Even before things happens, we start to believe about them. I able to do that, not able to do that. So those are the beliefs. And the moment your focus is on the beliefs, you will see the confidence is not there. So it's never the question about the confidence. Confidence is already there. Only your focus is on your negative beliefs. Got it so far?
Yeah.
Second thing is called as critics. We have certain friends. We always think, those, what will they think? What will they think if I do certain things? What will they think if I do or behave like that? And because we are thinking about them, we are not focusing on our self-confidence.
That's not.
So that's what happens. So it's our focus. So wherever you focus, that's where the confidence is. So confidence you need is already with you. So don't focus on the critics. That's where your brain will trick you that you don't have a confidence. You will have a confidence all the time, always. Next thing is, doubts. We doubt ourselves. Am I able to do that? I never done it before. So am I able to do that? This sort of thing. And this is very classic thing. Like many times we feel, and it's because it's the first time we are doing certain things, it's we feel that we are not able to do that. It's a newness of trying new job, trying new activity, taking new certification, all those sort of things. So all those doubts, those are in your head. So it's not question about the confidence. It is all the question about those doubts, right? Next, dependencies. Sometimes we are dependent on others, maybe managers, subordinates, some friends. And because of that, you have to do certain tasks. Let's say Madhura wants to go for running and she's waiting for her friend to come. It's night, and because you used to go together, if the friend is not there, you will feel that you don't have the confidence to go alone. So dependencies, the more you reduce your dependencies, the more confident you feel about yourself. Okay. Next thing is the fears. We all have fears. I have certain fear. I have fear of public speaking. And that was a classic thing. I wanted to go into the training business and I had a fear of public speaking. So I had to learn about that. So public speaking, people, what sort of fear people have?
Are you asking what fear we have?
What sort of fears generally people have?
Fear of failing.
Fear of failing.
I'm fear of talking to people now because
because
I think if I talk to them somewhere down the line, they misinterpret what I want to try to say, and then the relationships get broken. So I have a fear.
That is absolutely right. We misinterpreted what you just said.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not true actually. That is just the thought. That is just the belief. It might have been coincidentally 1 or 2 instances you felt that is the case, but it's not always the true, Madhura. Right. So the fear, we have fear of failing, fear of public speaking, fear of newness, fear of darkness, fear of unknown, fear of losing someone, all those sort of things. These are all fears, and the moment we focus on the fear, the confidence goes away. So always remember that the self-confidence you need is already with you, already within you. Okay. Next thing is the memories. We all have memories, good memories, bad memories. Certain times we look at certain people and suddenly all those memories, they come to us. If they're good memories, that's nice. If some bad memories, somebody somewhere said you something, somebody somewhere done you something like 10 years back, all those memories come rushing to you. And because your focus is on those memories, you'll feel that, you'll not have confidence. I was applying for, when I recently graduated from my engineering degree, I was applying for a job, and I didn't get selected. And that was a company I really, really wanted, like that time the IT profession was booming. I wanted to have that lanyard with the t-shirts going to the office, that sort of culture. And that company was exactly like that. I applied for that company, got interview. I didn't get selected. Now I always had that memory, that I tried, but I didn't get selected. And after I think 6 to 8 months, I applied to that company, and I got selected. Why? Why do you think? Because the HR person had changed. There's no other reason. So what happens, things around you are continuously changing. The people around you are changing. The situation around you is changing. Economy around you is changing. So something, you must have some bad experience with somebody in the past. That may not be the true at this moment. Even that person is different now. So don't even imagine that thing, that in head, the situation, everything is same. Things are continuously changing. People are changing, times are changing, economy is changing, many other things. You are changing as well. You are picking new skills. So all those bad memories you have may be true in the past, but they may not be true now. So always remember, the self-confidence you need is already with you. Okay. Yes, so that's it all about the confidence. Anybody have any questions on this or anything that Meenal shared, so that we can do a quick Q&A, and after that we can wrap.
I just wanted to share something which I
Yes, ma'am.
recently started doing, because in the last 2 to 3 years, so much happened in my life. And first my business was literally booming. I was making 12 cakes per week, and they were literally big cakes, loads of cupcakes. So I had so much of confidence that I started from small, and then I grew up so big, and then my health deteriorated, and then I stopped doing some a lot of cakes. And then later on, when I started feeling better and I wanted to do more cakes, maybe because I'd stopped the marketing, everything stopped, kind of a thing. So I lost a lot of confidence, and I started feeling that nothing's working, nothing working. So lately I've been seeing a lot of motivational videos, and this particular thing that you know literally it could be anything very small. Sometimes when you lose confidence, you can lose confidence over doing everything you're doing. Literally very small things, like I write my mantras down, means to only the count the lines, means I couldn't count the lines without making a dot. Just imagine,
Yes.
it was so bad for me. And then I realized, then I saw this video, and then I said, no, I can do it. I started telling myself that for literally every petty thing I start doing, I say, no, I can do this, I can do this. And literally after a couple of days, I stopped making those dots, and I started just counting the lines.
Exactly.
It was also about making fulkas. I stopped making fulkas. I used to make rotis. And then I started feeling, no, I won't be able to make fulkas again. Then I started to tell myself, no, I can do this. Let me give it a try. I can do this. And my fulkas are turning so good. So I feel, every little thing, when you start telling yourself you can do it, and you constantly, no, it will happen, don't worry, it will happen, just keep on doing it, and you will get through. So when you start doing small things, and everything starts building up, that saying, oh, I can do this, oh, I can do this, and then slowly, your morale starts going up, your confidence starts going up. And vice versa, when you lose confidence, when you start getting so many failures one after the other, you lose your confidence. So this about I can do it. I had seen this video from an Indian lady who used to do Reiki. And she kind of, I had seen this video few months back. And then I don't know from where this came. I started watching these videos from an English lady called as Louise Hay. And she started, when I started listening to her, then I started decided, no, let me start doing that. Let me just say, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And now I'm seeing slowly, my confidence is building. And after
Exactly.
this complete session, it is going to get much better, I think.
It is.
Correct.
Actually, what you said is right. When we certain times when we go through the life difficult stages, one after other, then we start to doubt ourselves. Is it only things are only happening to me? But it may be certain things. You might be standing in a wrong line. It's going. So don't worry about that. Confidence you need is already with you. So remember that. Confidence you need is already with you. So Madhura, if you're speaking with, don't ever say that my confidence is losing. It's already with you. Same with you, Mayura, and Sachita and you and everybody.
About what you tell yourself, what you say to yourself, tricking your brain, exactly what you did. You can do
By
it.
saying that I can do it.
Gentle to yourself, like you would tell your daughter or child, you can do it, you can do it. It's not hard. You have to be your daughter or son sometimes to push yourself a little harder. So this is what exactly it is. Trick your brain and everything will happen. You don't need 1 million in your bank, or you need a certain sort of situation. You just have to start where you are and fake it. It will happen.
Train your brain. Okay. That thing. So thank you so much. Anybody has any question? If not, I think actually wonderful session. Meenal, thank you so much for joining. It was a long walk.
Thank you, Meenal.
Join this session.
Thank you, Meenal.
Thanks a lot, Meenal. It was very, very useful, very informative, and very, very motivating.
Thank you so much.
Hats off to your journey.
Very nice journey.
Through is inspirational for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If
Thank you
ever
so
have
much,
any
Meenal.
doubt, you can email Nilesh. If they are directly to me, you can. I'll pick it up and
Definitely.
Keep in touch and all the best in whatever you want to do. You'll definitely do it. You have already started.
Thank you, Meenal. Thank you.
Hi, Arav. It was his birthday today.
Yeah. Hi, Arav.
Arav is attending confidence building.
Hello,
Confidence building
happy
session, see?
birthday.
Is it his birthday today?
Yesterday.
Yes. How old is he? 4.
He's 2.
Oh, yes. He's
Arav, Rumba kutte Rumba. Sadhya, Rumba.
I know. Oh my God.
When I came from India to here, I was so much obsessed with finding good friends for my kids, because back home, we have this upbringing where we play out and we have lots of friends, and this meant that we have this picture in our head, our kids will be playing cricket out or something out, and then come home. But that was missing. So I started making friends with so many families who had lots of kids. But my husband kept telling me, kids, they are so, we should learn confidence from them, that they don't mind just playing by themselves or with their few mom, dad, happy mom, dad, and few school friends. They don't need anybody. So when I see a small kid, I just think, oh, let's be like them. So he's just come up here. He's so chilled out. He's looking here. He's not.
So the other day, apparently what happened, I just wanted to share, because we're talking of confidence. I had an interview, not an interview. It was just a initial call with one of the women entrepreneurs, and she's a British. Okay. Now, like Meenal rightly pointed out, the cultural beliefs and values that have been inculcated in us, right? So what happened was that day he sleeps in the afternoon. So I normally have, if it's a Zoom call, and it was a Zoom call, I schedule it in the afternoon whenever he sleeps. Okay. And for some reason that day, it was at 3:30 or something. He literally woke up like 5 minutes before the call started, 3:25. Okay. And trust me, I'm sharing this with everybody. I was so embarrassed. Because like Meenal was mentioning, and I'm going back to that cultural and Indian, belief system which has been put, and that confidence, right? And for me, it was like, it is going to talk about me and my brand and Katha and, you know, my venture and how she's going to look at it. How is she going to pursue? Is she going to think I'm on? What I did was, because I had to show up at 3:30 and I could not cancel it because I didn't have any solid reason. I said, no, let me just go ahead. I took Arav, I sat and I told her, look, this is a practical difficulty. I'm really sorry. Please don't mind. And I was like literally so embarrassed through the whole session. And I kept telling her, I'm really sorry. I gave him mobile. I gave him some whatever, you know, to kids rhymes to watch. I did everything, but he was still, you know, he kind of kept cribbing. It went on for 20-25 minutes. And through the entire 25-minute conversation, I was quite embarrassed. I felt very sorry. And I kept telling her, I'm really sorry. When I wrote an email to her with the questions also, I said sorry. And you know what happened? The next day, I had an interview with one of an Indian entrepreneur, okay, women entrepreneurs, where we were talking about several things, okay. And she's been into entrepreneurship journey for about 5-6 years and everything. And not on the interview, but offline, off chat, I did share this experience with her. You know what she told me, and which I wanted to share with everybody. We might, because we all are young moms, we have small kids, right? She said, Pradnya, never be sorry for being a mother.
Yes, I've experienced that with my webinar with my
Absolutely, you know,
colleagues. Yeah, when
especially
the
when
kids
you're
come
working.
in,
Yes, and it's a
they
virtual
change
world.
they even the dogs and cats, if they come in, they say sorry and they keep talking and they're not sorry about that. I think we
Exactly.
feel so sorry. We are so much, you know, trained to be presentable and
Yes,
trained to
absolutely.
be, you know, be perfect, that it's daunting sometimes, that we
Yes,
feel, oh
it is
my God,
very,
my
and
kids.
I'm sharing my experience from myself, you
No,
know.
even if you watch national television like BBC or, you know, those
Have you
channels,
seen?
so many people who come with
I was
kids.
thinking, yeah,
Yeah,
where are Nilesh and Meenal's kids? I was thinking, where is her daughter?
Yeah,
yeah.
Somewhere. Nilesh, where is that kid?
We have I have locked my son with my husband, you know, because we're like, don't embarrass me.
So I
That's
really wanted to share, because, you know, Meena rightly really pointed out, especially we Indian women, and, you know, the kind of belief system. And because we are
That's
living in
true.
UK, we feel sometimes, of course, because we belong to the minority population, right? We do feel sometimes that, oh, you know, I'm working and, you know, we should be always professional. We expect so much from ourselves, and that's how we want to present. And that exactly what happened with me. You know, I was feeling so sorry all the time. I was like, and then after she, you know, that woman entrepreneur, she's an Indian, of course, and she shared her experience with me. She said, Pritya, never be sorry for being a mom. Why do you have to be sorry?
yeah,
It was a situation, but you still showed up, you still spoke to her, you
yeah.
still, you know, did whatever you could do. You did all that. Think about those things. You never thought about that.
Just own it. Just own the situation. That's it.
Yeah,
Just
so
own.
I really wanted, because, and especially
Yeah,
with mums, and, you know, especially it makes all the more a little challenging for us because we live in UK,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
Where we see, because, oh, they are British, they are English, and, you know, we want to portray ourselves. She's like, absolutely not. They are
But
much more.
Pradnya, but Pradnya, I think it's a mindset that they're very sophisticated and they're very, you know, all those things. But they are equally unsophisticated when it comes to a lot of things. So, you know, so that's the reason we shouldn't. Yeah, so you don't
Also,
have to
the
be.
fact that what she shared really stayed with me is, Pradnya,
Yeah,
you always see them.
As your first priority.
yeah,
They will never think what you are thinking, unprofessional. They will
right.
always say, oh, it's a young child. He's come, he's
They
just
will
sitting.
start
She's a
respecting
young
you.
mom.
Yeah.
So you are the one who's expecting so much more from yourself,
Mm.
and putting into that dark place, which is not the case. So yeah,
Yeah.
It's a perfect case study for today's
Being
discussion.
kind to your yeah, as
exactly.
Meena
And
said,
not
being kind
not
to
really kind of
ourselves.
planned. You know, he was sleeping. He woke up, and
Yeah.
my son came and started doing his whatever exercise on the cycle. So he just popped. So I thought I should share because it was the right
Absolutely.
platform and session.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very true. Thanks for sharing your experience, Pradnya. It really helps.
Hello.
No?
Yeah.
Ara,
Hello, I forgot her name. What's her name, Meenal?
Alankrita.
Alankrita. Hello.
Hello, Chika.
Aww.
Hi.
Hello, Chicky. Hi.
Oh, I'm so tired. Brother Mausi.
Like, oh my God.
Online classes, now mommy's class.
Oh,
All so cute.
she's too cute.
Yeah.
Really pretty. It's so nice to see these little kids sitting on mommy's lappy, and then we're still able to continue our conversation. We are
Yes.
coming a long
And
way. Yeah.
Yes, and I think that
Thanks, ladies. Thanks so much for sharing your experiences. It really
Yes,
boosts
yes.
our confidence as well.
Yes, it's lovely to hear everyone's experiences and
That's true.
think, oh, okay,
Amazing.
we're not alone in this.
Yes.
I think when the kids come and sit on mom's lap and see them going through a webinar or some session, they really, I've seen with my kids, they really feel proud. They feel, oh, they're doing something important. They can understand it. Like we were taught, don't ask questions or don't.
Yeah,
Our
true, true.
upbringing was so
I think
different.
they feel, oh, she's doing something important. So my elder daughter is always like, shh, keep quiet. Like this, telling to my younger one when I'm doing something, because they start understanding really nicely.
Yeah, they have got that maturity. We underestimate them.
Yes.
It's so
Yes.
true. And they really, I mean, I've seen that they have that respect when they see their mom sitting in front of the computer. And my daughter says, "Mommy is speaking to." She says, "My colleagues." She thinks colleagues are friends. So mommy is speaking to friends. Shh. Mommy is working on computer. So she has got already that understanding that she shouldn't disturb me. And
Yes.
at times if she pops up, I get insecure. But I've seen my colleagues and their kids coming and sitting in mom's lap is or dad's lap is, and absolutely fine. So I mean, I have to change that mindset
Yes.
altogether.
We have to, yes. And which is why I wanted to share. I went through it just literally last week.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pradnya. Thanks for sharing your
Thank you,
experience.
Pradnya.
So
Yeah,
thank you, everyone.
really
It was a
great.
wonderful, wonderful session. And
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
so
Nilesh.
much,
yeah.
everyone.
But one
It
more
was a
minute. One more
lovely
minute. There's
session.
homework. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You can't go like that. So now we learned about confidence. Now learning alone is not helpful. No, right? So what we do, we have to put in practice. So next 1 week, I want each one of you to write down 2 things that you always were afraid to do. Right? Like, maybe calling someone or, making, let's say, maybe a business call or something that you always were afraid to do. Write down the 2 things and do it. Write down those 2 things and do it. Now, sometimes if you want, you can share those things. If you don't want to share, you don't want to share those things. But at the end of the week, we want message from each one of you that, you actually tried. Now I said 2 things. You can do more than that, obviously, if you want to. But, think about 2 things that you were, holding on to do that just because you think now you don't have confidence. Now learning what you learned today in this today's session, do those things and put the message in our group that you actually did those. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Once again, thank you so much. It's been,
Thank you so
it's
much.
been pleasure, working with you all. You all are, willing
Thank you.
Same here.
motivation as well.
Thank you, Nilesh. Thank you
Thank
for both of you. Wonderful
Thank you,
session.
Nilesh. Thank you,
Thank-
Pradnya. Thank you,
Thank
Meenal.
you.
Thanks, Meenal. Thanks, Nilesh sir.
Right.
Thanks,
Thank you
Pradnya.
all.
Thanks,
See you all next
everyone.
week.
Lovely
Thank
you.
ladies. Thank you so much. It feels privileged to
Bye,
be
bye,
connected
bye,
with you all.
So they are in my
Bye.
house.
Have a
Thank you.
lovely
Bye.
evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
You too.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.
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 Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.